Your discovery of this method reminds me of how shamans working in the jungles of South America have somehow learned which plants to use for which purposes.
Yes. I mean, the plants speak to them, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
No. And would you like to hear how I came to it?
Yes.
1960, my grandfather, Will Kaywood, came to our thoroughbred farm and brought this form of Russian gypsy massage that he'd learned in Russia.
Mm-hmm.
These short little strokes. We did it for 15 years with our sport horses because I was very involved in 100-mile endurance riding and jumping and all this stuff. We were very successful at helping horses recover after hard endeavors, but it never affected the actual personality or behavior of the horse.
Because you were doing a form of massage.
Form of massage and physical therapy.
Yeah.
That was it.
Which was
It was very
pioneering
effective.
in and of itself.
It was the first that we can find in English talking about massage and physical therapy. And in 1975, I started the 4-year study with Dr. Moshe Feldenkreis at the Humanistic Psychology Institute.
Yes.
And for the first 2 years, we didn't actually do the functional integration touch. We just moved our bodies with what's called awareness through movement. So we would move the body in order to activate new neural pathways to the brain.
Yeah.
That for Moshe Feldenkreis, his passion was learning. Through these gentle, non-habitual movements, we would activate new neural pathways to the brain.
He was a genius.
Phenomenal gift I had to be with him for 4 years.
Yeah.
So with the idea of having more capacity for learning by activating more brain cells, right? So it never crossed my... So anyway, so what happened, I took that work for humans, and I adapted it for horses because I had been a horse professional for many, many years at that point,
And already doing massage
for 15 years before.
With horses. And so now you're applying Feldenkrais method, the awareness through movement method, to the horses.
Exactly. By moving them in ways, their legs, their tail, their ears, which we'd been doing for years with a different intent. And with the intent of actually moving that horse in a way that could develop new neural pathways to the brain to enhance their ability to learn without force or fear. And it worked like amazing. And I shifted my whole body of work and began to develop this beautiful ground exercises because we talk about Tellington T-touch method, but the touch, the body work, is only a part of it. The ground exercises we do, the equipment we use with dogs, which is more than even I do with horses today, dogs and horses, and the intent. It's all part of it. Okay. So I did that work very successfully after graduation for humans and for horses, and developed a whole body of work, which now is in 21 books. So in 1983, I was doing a weekend workshop at the Delaware Equine Veterinary Clinic, working with some veterinarians I'd known for years, and very well-known, very good horsemen, Dr. Matthew McKay Smith and Dr. Danny Marks, who was our U.S. team Olympic vet. And one of the vets had a horse there that they couldn't figure out what was wrong. And in those days, we're talking 1983, at those days, all that was measured in a horse with a problem was X-ray from the knees and the hocks down. Just like that much, front and back. And nothing on the rest of the body, which today is standard veterinary practice. And they couldn't find anything wrong. So when I put my hands on this horse with this very beautiful, gentle Feldenkrais work, just giving the horse a sense of itself, the horse got as quiet for me. And her owner said, this is a 12-year-old mare, the owner said, okay, Linda, what are you doing? What's your secret? Are you using energy or what are you doing? And I said intuitively, because I've learned to trust my intuition. Don't worry what I'm doing. Just go up and move the skin on the shoulder of this horse in a circle. No circle and a quarter, in a circle. And I thought, okay, that's interesting. Like, where does that come from, right? But I had learned, and I didn't tell her I didn't know what I was talking about.
But there was an inner wisdom that was coming through.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And actually, I'd love to tell you where it comes from. But the thing is, it's innate in us circles. Anyway, blah, blah. She went up and did it, and the horse got as quiet for her as she was for me. And in that moment, I thought, wait a minute, you know, it takes years to learn this beautiful Feldenkreis work. Anybody can move the skin in a circle. And so I started exploring the circles.